Welcome back to another lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to look at how to write a percentage. So if we got 15 out of 20 on our test, how do we write that as a percentage? Let's jump straight in. So let's just begin with examples. I think that's going to be the easiest way for us to just learn this, is just to practice it. So Josh was shooting the basketball to see how many shots he could get in. He took 80 shots at the ring and got 52 in. Let's write this as a percentage. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write a fraction. So what he got out of how many he could have got in total. So he could have got 80 shots in, but he only got 52. So we write it as 52 over 80. Then what we do is we multiply that by 100, which is the same as saying 100 over 1. So we get 52 over 80 times by 100 over 1. Then what we do is we cancel them out. So 20 goes into 80 4 times and it goes into 100 5 times. So what we end up with is 52 over 4 times 5 over 1. Then we're going to simplify it further because I always just think these are both even numbers. So I know that definitely something goes into both of those. So 4 goes into 52 13 times. And it goes into 4 once. So what we end up with is 13 over 1 times 5 over 1, which is the same as 13 times 5. So in total we get 65%. So if you got 52 shots in out of 80, you got 65% of your shots in. So we say Josh got 65% of his shots in. Now the reason I wrote that in words is because this is a very worded question, and worded questions require a worded answer. Something like this, not so much. This you can just kind of write the working out, I guess, and the answer. So write 60 as a percentage of 150. So the first thing we're going to do is write it as a fraction. So 60 over 150. Multiply that by 100 or 100 over 1. And then simplify it down. Now, 50 goes into 153 times and it goes into 100 twice. So we end up with 60 over 3 times 2 over 1. Now we can simplify the 60 and the 3 down. 3 goes into 60 20 times and it goes into 3 once. So we end up with 20 over 1 times 2 over 1, which is the same as 20 times 2. And so we end up with 40%. So 60 is 40% of 150. Write 99% as a percentage of 500. So I want you to pause this now, go and do the question, and then come back. So 99 out of 500. So we write 99 out of 500. Multiply that by 100 or 100 over 1. Then we're going to simplify it down. So 100 goes into 500 5 times and into 100 once. So we end up with 99 over 5. Now, this isn't an easy one that we could do just in our heads, but because we get a calculator, we may as well use a calculator, and we end up with 19.8%. Now this can be written as a fraction, so we can write this 0.8 as a fraction, and we call that our fractional form. And so what we would end up with is 19 4/5. So we're converting that decimal to a fraction. Okay, let's work out this example now. Now, we're going to work out 90 cents of $12. Now, what you might notice is that we have two different units here. We have cents and dollars. So we need to convert one of these so that they are the same unit. Now, I'm going to work with the $12 because otherwise we end up with $0.9, and that's a little bit tricky to work with. So we're going to convert the $12 to cents. So we're going to make sure they are the same unit. So $12 is the same as 1,200 cents. So now let's write 90 cents as a percentage of 1,200 cents. So we say 90 over 1,200. Then we're going to just do the same steps. We're going to multiply it by 100 or 100 over 1. Cancel it down, so 100 goes into 1,212 times and into 100 once. So we end up with 90 over 12. Oh, that should be 1. And then we simplify this down. So 3 goes 6 goes into 90 15 times and into 12 twice, so we end up with 15 over 2. And 15 over 2 is 7.5% or 7.5%. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you have any questions, please make sure you ask. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next lesson.